Hey guys, it's your boy Chilla here. Let's do a little bit of an update video, see where we are in the channel. So, probably noticed last video I uploaded was the end of the moisture project. The whole saga is finished. I've documented, all the parts of it that I want to document, and it is done. For the time being, no more hardware stuff, no more Python on the channel. And we're going to be coming back and we're going to be doing some more C++ stuff in the future. So that's probably what most of you guys have subscribed for. So nice thing that. Again, this month I'm going to be pausing the Patreon. I got a few videos out, but not as many as I would feel comfortable with. And also, it's not really what I would consider the meaty content, the stuff that most people have subscribed for, the graphic stuff, the C++ stuff. So, yeah, pause the Patreon again this month, and we'll see what next month looks like. Now, I got COVID. I got my probably the first time I got COVID, and verified by PCR test. Definitely, all three of us caught the Rona. And it kind of sucked. Not a fan. So I'll give you guys my quick trip report of the coronavirus. We were all triple. Well, I mean the baby wasn't vaxxed, but both of us were triple vaxxed. And I was kind of hoping for it to be, just a mild thing. Like a couple people I know have gotten it, and they were vaxxed, and it was pretty mild for them as well. So I was like, it's gonna be. Shouldn't be too bad. Maybe at worst it'll be a little bit of a spicy flu, but it shouldn't be okay. And it was. To be fair, it was in the end a spicy flu, quite a spicy flu. But it wasn't like I was never like, oh, my life is in danger. I need to get to the hospital. Like they gotta put me on a ventilator. Nothing like that. So it wasn't too bad, but it did really suck balls. It started off, sore ass throat, very sore, very mad about the sore throat. But I woke up in the morning. Over the night, the throat was really sore and didn't get much sleep. Woke up in the morning and I was like, well, the fever ain't too bad. I'm just gonna, just gonna power through it. I'm gonna go to work. I didn't even know it was coronavirus at that point. And because the baby had gotten it a couple days earlier, but she had already recovered. So we're like, maybe we got what she had, but it wasn't too hard what she had. So maybe it wasn't even coronavirus. That was a goddamn lie. Because, I started working in the morning and progressively just fever gets worse and worse and worse. I'm up to like, 41 Celsius. You Americans can convert that however you please. But it wasn't a great time. And so I was pretty out of it, just fever, and I wouldn't say delirious, but I was out of it. And nighttime comes, zero energy. I'm just gonna pass out, but like wake up 2 hours later, all sweaty and shit, and like the fever's kind of broke, but it's not really. Can't sleep. Wake up, mess around on the computer. Me and the wife are both up, and then we get barely any sleep in the night. Next morning we wake up. Fever's down. Okay, so that sucked, but maybe it was just like, now it's done and we're gonna recover. No, 3 days in a row. It's like this troll fever. In the morning, it pretends like it's all good now. We're good to go. And then as you get into the afternoon, it's like gotcha, you dumbass. You thought you were over this shit? Nah. So, anyways, it sucked. Lots of insomnia, just sucked. And so at the end of the day, I had to take days off work. I didn't get anything done for the 5 days from Monday to Friday. So hella behind in work. And in Japan, wife wanted to go to the doctor, and I'm like, it's gonna be a waste of time. But we go, and it was a freaking waste of time. Japan, I love Japan. There's lots of things about Japan that are great. When it comes to, your general practitioner medicine, they are often living in the dark ages. Like, I'm not going to get into it in this video. It's neither here nor there. I've already talked about this too much, but I could do a whole video on why I hate it, and it's just terrible. Come on, guys. It's supposed to be like a first world country here. I don't see it. I'm not seeing it. Anyways, so Now we're over that. I'm back to work and everything. It's got this damn annoying ass cough, but it's not a huge deal. It's just kind of annoying, and it really sucked though because I was just getting back into running. The temperatures were going down from like the high 30s to 40, and now they're coming back down to below 30 Celsius. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get back into running. I start running every other day. Gonna get some kind of semblance of back into shape, and then bam, Rona comes in. It's like, nah, screw that. You're on your ass. So that sucks. I mean, I'm pretty much recovered from the coronavirus, but we take the baby to like the playground, and I'm like going up the slide with her, and I'm like freaking getting a little dizzy. I'm getting my ass a little dizzy. That's not right. So gonna take some time to get back to 100%, but. As long as I'm just sitting at my desk, I'm pretty much 100% now. I just don't run any marathons, and we'll take it a day at a time. And that's my final verdict on coronavirus. Don't recommend, but I mean we're all gonna get it. Most of us probably already had it, so whatever. I hope your vax helps you more than mine helped me. I don't know. Maybe it did help me. Maybe if I didn't have the vax, I'd be like on a ventilator. But whatever. Next thing we're going to talk about, like I said, I want to get back into making some C++ stuff, and I got an idea. I want to try something. We're going to do a little trial here for my approach to content, because I've mentioned this before, and basically a lot of the videos that I do, like the graphic videos and other videos, the multi-threading, specifically in this case, the multi-threading, the time it takes to record the video is one thing, but there's also a lot of planning that goes in, and there's a lot of I kind of work out the kinks and I try things out, and I eliminate the dead ends before I even record the video, and that takes a lot of time. So that's part of I don't have a lot of time. I got a lot of time devoted to work. The remainder of that time devoted to baby, and what's left over can go to making YouTube stuff, and that's not a lot. But one thing that people told me is like, well, I mean, yeah, you'd have prep time and it takes so long, but why don't you just record the prep, or why don't you just stream the prep? Forehead. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that would make more content. The problem with that is, for the prep work for like a 30-minute video, that could be 3 or more hours of me just tinkering around. And the thing about that is that, okay, I could record that all. How many people would actually watch that content? Like, there are people who say they want the less streamlined videos. They want to see the whole thing. They want the raw dog. But in the reality of things, they're probably going to click off that video in 3 minutes. Let's just be fair. Let's be honest with each other here. And you might say, well, you're going to do the work anyways. Why not turn the camera on? And the thing about that is that working with the camera off and working with the camera on are not identical. When I've got the camera on, I've got to be talking while I'm thinking, while I'm planning, while I'm typing, and that distracts you quite a bit. And it's also just kind of it's like the feeling of someone looking over your shoulder the whole time, because that's actually what's happening. It's just, separated in time, but essentially everything you do is now being observed by at least one person, probably. So yeah, it makes it's easier to work without the camera on than with the camera on. But here's the thing. Okay. So let's say that some people will get some value out of that content. Then is it worth it for me to turn the camera on while I'm doing the prep work? If it is worth it, if enough people are actually going to watch it and enjoy it. So that is the experiment. I am going to be recording my prep work and putting that video on YouTube, but it will be separate. It'll be separate from, so in this case, we're talking about the multi-threading series. The multi-threading series will continue as it has, with mostly, edited, streamlined videos where I mostly have an idea of what I'm going to do ahead of time, and I just do it mostly on screen. And I think we'll continue on with that, but I will have separate videos where I actually do all the prep work and figure things out and have all the brain farts and the dead ends and, the dead air. And in the main series, when I do a video, I will have a link back to those prep videos saying, well, here are, this is basically the condensed report of the final findings. But if you want all the nitty-gritty details, here are the actual, mostly unedited videos where I did all of the prep work in. And we'll see how that works. There are two ways I could go about it. One way is I just review code that's already been written in the main series. I just go over it, and then I go over all the results, and I draw the diagrams for the explanations, but I don't do any live coding in the main series. Or I could do the live coding in the main series, but I would be coding based on stuff that I've already prepared. So there's two ways, and I'll try both of them. But up until now, the MT series has been, I think it's been had quite a bit of live coding. So I'll keep the live coding for now, and I'll think about it in the future. But all the experimentation I will also record, and I'll put that out there, and we'll see. We'll see how many people actually watch that stuff. And just to be clear, I'm not going to do this for all the content. I have ideas. I'm nothing solid yet, no promises, but I think I have some other things that I might want to release besides the MT series, multi-threading. And maybe some of those things won't have prep work on the side, but at least currently we will try it with the multi-threading series. I will put it up there, and we'll see how it goes. And if there's interest, I might even expand it. Like, I might do some of the prep work. I might even have some people who are interested from the Discord, from the private channel, to hop in a call, and we could hang out in a call. I could share my screen while I'm coding, and they could talk and maybe even point things out or ask questions, and that could be fun. But anyways, no guarantees on that or anything. It's just something that I want to try. So there's a little heads up about that. And also, there will be more multi-threading content in the nearest future. So look forward to that if that's a thing that you're interested in. But yeah, that's about it. And hope you guys are good, and we'll see you when I see you with some more C++.